Holding no problem.
Pointed toward him. Then push the action button and call out to him. If it really is Ames, he should respond in some way.
What if it's the wrong person?
The guards may get suspicious and come running instead. Security could get tighter, too.
Try to be sure.
If you're discovered inside, they'll cut off your retreat and call in the reinforcements. You won't make it out of the room. The mission will be over if you're discovered. Don your disguise and look for Ames while deflecting the enemy's suspicion. Once you have the directional... If the enemy see you with the... Raiden, it looks like the guards in charge of the hostages are in regular contact with even one of them. They'll realize that an intruder is in the room. That place is a death trap if you're unmasked and surrounded. Do not, I repeat, do not harm the hostages in any way. The guards in charge of the hostages are in... That area is the hall. Looks like there's going to be a presidential welcome reception.
You mean we're gonna come flying in and crash that party? You must be Ames. Keep still and listen to me. I'm not a terrorist. I got in here using one of their uniforms. I'm taking off the tape. Stay quiet.
Who told you about me?
An informer calling himself Mr. X, dressed like a ninja.
I see. Take this thing off me, will you? I'm Richard Ames.
Secret Service?
No, I was sent in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
You're here to find out where the president is. We have little time, so I'll be brief. How about switching to nanocommunications first?
Nanocommunications?
Right, silence beats talk when it comes to safety. Are you on?
Right here. Do you really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor. The core of Shell 2. Is he still there?
I don't know. I can't get a response.
You don't think he's been like the other hostages? A hostage was killed in retaliation after the SEAL 10 disaster, remember?
What are you talking about? Regardless of what they do to other hostages, they won't touch the president.
What makes you so sure?
The case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right. And the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure, and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines. This information, along with the DNA pattern, serve as a biometric password, unbreakable even by the latest parallel processor supercomputers. The password entry itself cannot be performed unless brainwave patterns and heartbeats fall within normal parameters, rendering chemical and other forms of coercion impractical. In other words, the login must be made of the president's own free will. As a failsafe, the input must also be reconfirmed hourly, even after the initial login. If a valid confirmation is not forthcoming, the system will automatically cancel the login.
And that's why they can't harm the president.
At least until the bird flies.
Is there really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? Snake.
That's him?
Use the microphone to listen in.
King, Fat Man is dead.
It doesn't matter. Saved us the trouble of getting rid of him ourselves.
Why did he betray us?
Who knows? They're a band of lunatics to begin with. Nothing they do should come as a surprise.
I'll have his background rechecked, just in case.
You think he was working for them?
We can't discount the possibility. Especially with that intruder still at large.
Yes. The man in the sneaking suit.
You know more about those suits than I do.
But Foxhound was disbanded 4 years ago. So it must be the Patriots. What about the damage to Shell 2?
The circulation system for the contaminated water has been damaged. The water being drawn in is overflowing, and the lower block of the central section is flooding.
Seal the connecting pathway between Shells 1 and 2.
The Simtex and IR sensors are already in place.
Any effect on it?
No.
What about the President?
The password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Who is that cyborg ninja, Shalashaska?
I cannot even guess.
What about you?
I'm having the matter looked into.
Olga, don't cast suspicion where it isn't due.
Where it isn't due? When you watched my father die and did nothing.
It's been 2 years ago, Olga. Let it go.
I read the case file for Shadow Moses, by the way.
Olga, how could you suspect me?
I'm in.
How meaningful you make that sound. If Sergei were still alive...
If the old man were still alive, I wouldn't need to take orders from you.
Olga, Sergei was my best friend.
If you sell us out, I'll kill you myself.
Listen, daughter of Sergei. Don't ever let me see your gun pointed at me again.
If you wish, I'll put a bullet in your back instead.
Stop this infighting. I took you both in when no one else would. You think any government would have you as irregulars in this political climate? The worst kind of wet works, maybe. But even that's doubtful. I recommend against switching camps. You've nowhere left to go. It's happening again?
This damn right arm. Liquid! It's almost as if it's having its revenge!
How much do you think we spent on that arm in Lyon? The best transplant surgery team in the world.
I never trust a Frenchman. There's something going on. The incidents are becoming more frequent. Maybe that man's presence.
Ocelot, I leave this place in your hands. I have the intruder to take care of.
Yes, King.
Is that really Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
2 of them?
And that's impossible. Anyway, what did you manage to catch?
They said password input was complete.
I thought so.
You said the password entry into the black case had to be made by the president willingly.
That's right.
So this means the president is cooperating with them.
It would have to be, yes.
Why?
Probably tired of being a puppet, but it wasn't a smart move to betray us.
A puppet?
We're running out of time. They will fire a nuke. You know what you need to do before then.
Fire the nuke, but it's nowhere close to the ransom deadline.
Ransom?
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
Total disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer. Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts. The EMMA field can reach tens of thousands of volts per meter, and most electronic equipment will be toast in an instant.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do is liberate Manhattan. Pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
Damn! Ocelot is coming. I'm going offline. Search my pocket. Hurry! It's a security card. You'll be able to unlock...
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the president was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You!
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali Lulelo.
Is that so? What the?
You tricked me. I understand now. Ocelot.
You? Which team are you with? Show me your face. You know who he is.
No, he is not one of mine.
Identify yourself. We meet at last. Hold your fire! We need the hostages alive!
Hurry, get away!
But you died!
Leave this to me.
Colonel, Ames is dead. Looked like a heart attack.
That's unfortunate. However, we do at least know where the president is.
So there really is a new type of Metal Gear in this place?
Apparently. We're still looking into it.
I've also been told that the nuclear strike was what the terrorists were after from the start, not the $30 billion.
Right.
It was a cover-up all along.
Colonel, what are you keeping from me?
I am not keeping back anything. It's not as though I'm told all the facts either. I'm pulling in all the favors I can to look into all this. Just be a little patient. Our priority should be with the President right now. We can take it that they've completed the password entry and are preparing Metal Gear for a nuclear strike. Get to the President as soon as possible.
But the President is cooperating with them.
According to Ames, yes. But it's also true that they're about to get rid of the President. There's something else going on here, and the President may be able to tell you what it is when you see him in person. Once they get the confirmation for nuclear launch, they'll do it. You need to rescue the President before then.
Jack, I agree with the Colonel. You need to protect the President for now.
All right.
Right, this is not good. Enemies in Shell 1 are systematically searching for you.
It looks like they've tightened security considerably. Watch yourself.
Get out of Shell 1. According to Ames, the President is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. Cross the connecting bridge from the north side of Strut D to get to Shell 2. That's where you need to go. Looks like you've lost your balaclava, Raiden. You'll no longer be able to impersonate enemy personnel. Raiden, rescue the President. Head for the first floor of the Shell 2 core.
Colonel, is the President one of them? Ames said that the President entered the code with his own free will.
But you heard how they are planning to get rid of the President, right?
Yeah?
They are going their separate ways?
No. First off, the President is not necessarily extra baggage for the terrorists. If you have your doubts, you should address them when you meet him.
Roger that. Do you think Ames was telling the truth about the football?
Rosemary?
Roger that. Jack, I'll look into it for you.
Colonel, apparently Ames didn't even know that the hostages were killed in retaliation for SEAL Team 10's incursion.
Yeah, the hostages were probably in a different room. Raiden, focus on your duties. For right now, concentrate on rescuing the President. Head for the first floor of Shell 2's core.
Colonel, I saw the terrorist leader. Is that Solid Snake?
Yes, he's the terrorist who sunk the tanker 2 years ago. Raiden, do you think he's some kind of hero? You heard him, right? Solid Snake is a terrorist. You must fight him. Do you understand?
Colonel, the Outer Heaven that Snake mentioned?
Ah, yes. It is a despotic military state built by a guy called Big Boss, the greatest soldier in history, and Snake's father, genetically speaking.
He tried to restart it?
I don't know, but word has it that his brother Liquid Snake hoped for an Outer Heaven also. It might have had some special significance for the two brothers.
That ninja helped me again. Do you have any information on him?
Sorry, I've looked around, but nothing.
I don't know what he wants, but he is trying to help you. That much is certain. Don't let your guard down, though. If you have a handgun or an automatic... If you have the grenade, keep an eye on how... Raiden, Once you're spotted, right. Get out of shit. Raiden, Rosemary has completed her search.
Jack, I found data on the briefcase used to unlock the nuclear launch codes. It appears to be a fail-safe system using the President's DNA base order and input of his physiological data as its key. The lock is said to be impenetrable.
In other words, the President himself is the only one who can enter the password.
Right. On top of that, as Ames mentioned before, the password becomes invalid when the President's brainwaves, heartbeat, etc. are not within normal limits.
So the President entered that code by his own free will after all. But why would the U.S. President lend a hand to terrorists?
How should I don't have information like that.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't.
Also, it seems that the need to reconfirm the code after a set amount of time is true.
Meaning that the President is safe, right? How about the story of the black case also serving as the launch key to a new model of Metal Gear?
That wasn't in the records.
Stories of a new Metal Gear model aside, it is certain that they have finished inputting the code and are trying to launch the nuclear warhead. Meet with the President and ascertain the truth. Hurry. You must meet with him while he's still alive. Even the enemies will have...
Raiden, can you hear me?
Pliskin, where have you been?
Checking around. I'm in Strut H right now. How's the situation over there?
We have a lead on the President's location.
Where is he?
Shell 2 core, the first floor.
I'm cut off from the core where I am. It's a mess here.
All right, I'm on my way to Shell 2 right now.
There are IR sensors in place on the connecting bridge between Shells 1 and 2. If you break the beams, the Semtex will go off.
Yeah, I heard them talking about that.
Target the control units and destroy them. Make sure you don't shoot the Semtex.
What do the control units look like?
Take a look with your binoculars.
That's the Semtex. And that must be the control unit.
Raiden, what you see there is a booby trap consisting of an infrared sensor and Semtex. The Semtex will detonate if the IR beam from the sensor is disturbed. Whatever you do, don't touch the IR beam. But there's no way to get through there without crossing the beam. Neutralize all the control units for the IR sensor. Those control units in the distance are obviously out of handgun range.
What do I do then?
Use the sniper rifle to take them out. Use the PSG-1 sniper rifle to shoot out control units that are farther away. Infrared is usually invisible to the naked eye. There should, however, be a way to make it visible.
You could experiment with what you have.
The PSG-1's controls have been slightly modified from what you learned in the VR training. Note the differences. The PSG-1 scope is equipped with a zoom function. Zoom in for a precise strike, and zoom out when you need a wider field of view. Learn to make good use of the function. The PSG-1 can be aimed from upright, crouch, and prone positions. The different heights of these stances will help you get a bead on targets concealed behind objects. Remember, shoot from a stable position to prevent shakes. The IR sensor cannot be taken offline until all the control units are destroyed. If the sensor is still live, it means there are control units you haven't touched somewhere. Raiden, the Semtex is equipped with shock sensors. Any blow to the Semtex, gunfire included, will set off the sensor and start a chain reaction that will detonate all the bombs. We'll be finished if that were to happen. Aim only for the control units. Take out the control unit on the sensor. You should be able to see a unit with a blinking green light next to the explosives. That's the control unit. With the control unit destroyed, the IR sensor will cease to function. Shoot out the control unit. The tranquilizer gun won't do the job. Not all control units are in a...
Don't try to shoot out control.
Raiden, you haven't destroyed all the control units yet. Use the first-person view or the sniper scope to look around. Raiden, the IR sensors on the connecting bridge between the two shells are offline. Go to the first floor of Shell 2's core and rescue the President. Do you have any spent handgun or rifle magazines? You can throw those with the weapon button after you've exhausted. To select a weapon, Raiden, if we need to contact you, we'll initiate a call. If you see the call sign, push the select button to open your channel.
Raiden, I found us a ride.
I'm all ears.
One of the enemy's Kasatkas.
Is it in good shape?
Full tank. I'm heading for Shell 1 now. What about that Harrier?
It's not on the heliport here.
Good. I'll set this one down there then.
Can you cover the hostages? They're being held on level B1 in the core. Pliskin, you didn't happen to find any other places where hostages were being held, did you?
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
How many hostages are there?
There's a few short of 30. One dead and several wounded.
The Kasatka's cargo area will hold 13 max.
What about the other Kasatka?
I sabotaged it. It can't come after us if it can't get off the ground. We'll have to make 2 trips.
Can you fly a Kasatka?
I have a pilot who's flown the civilian model, the KA-62 in VR. There's not a whole lot of difference between the military KA-60 and the civilian model.
Cleared for takeoff.
Raiden, let me introduce you to my partner, Otacon.
Otacon?
Hey, Raiden. Nice to meet you.
Intruders!
Over here!
Damn! Raiden, I'll talk to you later.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses. And now this Otacon.
AKA Hal Emmerich, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal Gear organization.
They sabotaged and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the construction of the Big Shell.
Snake and his partner aren't terrorists.
Jack, why are you defending them?
I look back on what I've done here so far, and things like training and sense of duty alone won't get you through a sneaking mission like this.
Jack, are you okay?
You need something higher. I can't think of the right word, but it has to be pure will, backed up by courage or ideals or something like that. I'd stake my life on it. The solid Snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal Emmerich.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here?
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake.
No! That is not Solid Snake!
What a pleasant surprise, brother.
Save it. You were the mine.
Don't say you've forgotten me, Snake.
Snake?
Right, take cover. Stop impersonating him.
Brother, I'm a whole different game from Liquid. That the best you can do, Snake?
Did I get it? We're in trouble. It's the Harrier.
The world needs only one big boss. I'll drown you fools for interfering.
Right. This is the Stinger missile launcher. The Kasaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to shoot the Harrier down.
Snake, we got company.
I'm counting on you.
Right. Handguns and machine guns can't stand up to fighter jets. Use the Stinger missiles instead. Don't panic, even if you lose sight of the Harrier. Look at your radar. The radar has been modified to show where the Harrier is. Use the radar and locate the Harrier's position. Don't start scurrying about, even after the Harrier is... Both wings are outfitted with an air-to-surface rocket pod. The rockets aren't guided, so moving should get you out of their way. Watch out for the blast, though. That Harrier 2 is equipped with cluster bombs. Each bomb is full of bomblets, a combined munitions weapon. A cluster bomb has a huge effective range. There's no way to avoid one on the upper level of a connecting bridge. Escape by going to the lower level. The Harrier's exhaust is extremely high. You cannot afford to get enveloped in it. When the Harrier draws near, run down to the lower level. The Harrier is outfitted with IR flares, a countermeasure that burns in midair with magnesium to deceive infrared homing missiles. Shooting a flare will draw any launched Stinger missiles towards the flare. Harriers are equipped with advanced medium-range air-to-air missiles, commonly known as AMRAAM. This is a type of active homing missile that uses a built-in radar guidance system for a fire-and-forget capability. The accuracy rate is quite high. Electronic interference is probably the only way to evade it. Use the chaff to disrupt the missile's guidance system. When the Harrier is hovering near the connecting bridge, the RGB-6 should also be effective. Don't start scurrying about even after the Harrier...
Right. I'll back you up to the chopper. If I see you run short of an item, I'll toss it down. Make good use of those. Right. You've got those stingers I gave you earlier, right?
Portable anti-aircraft missiles? I had complete VR training in those too.
Gee, I feel so much better knowing that. Hopefully you'll know how to use them in actual battle conditions too. Shoot the Harrier down with your Stinger missile, but remember that while you're aiming them...
For takeoffs and landings, the payload capacity of the Harrier II is considerably larger than its predecessor due to improved engine output. As a result, it carries more armament, starting with a 25mm machine gun pod on the fuselage pylon. There are air-to-surface rockets on both wings and various pods for air-to-air missiles and cluster bombs. You won't be able to take out one of these with small arms fire. The fact is, you'll need to use Stinger missiles. Right, watch out for the Harrier's cluster bombs. Cluster bombs are non-guided units packed with a couple hundred bomblets for wide-range attacks. The bombs are equipped with timed fuses for detonation following release. The dispenser explodes, spreading the bomblets across a wide area. Cluster bombs cover an extensive range. If you see one being launched, head for the floor beneath the connecting bridge. The Harrier II is equipped with AMRAAM mid-range air-to-air missiles. The AMRAAM is an active homing missile designed to succeed the Sparrow. On the final phase of its guided approach to a target, the missile locks onto the objective with an active seeker and goes into full autonomous flight mode. In short, the AMRAAM is a missile with fire-and-forget capability. This aspect of the missile makes it ideal for fire-and-run tactics, significantly improving the mission survival rate of the firing aircraft. With a high-performance active seeker, the AMRAAM is extremely functional. Once fired, it pretty much zeroes in on its target with deadly accuracy.
And how do you avoid one of these?
I recommend chaff grenades. The AMRAAM's been reinforced against ECMs. In fact, the missile's been designed to home in on the source of electronic countermeasures. But that only applies to air combat. It's highly unlikely that the missile's equipped for tracking human targets with any precision. You should be able to sufficiently throw an AMRAAM off course with a chaff grenade. The minute you see one launched, break out the grenade. The Harrier II comes equipped with air-to-surface rocket pods on both wings. The Harrier II rockets are not guided. You can avoid direct hits by moving away from the targeted area following a launch, but watch out for the blast. We're currently aboard a Ka-60 Kasaka helicopter, a multi-purpose military aircraft of the Russian Kamov Design Bureau. This copter is capable of handling various missions, including troop and supply transport, medical evacuation, target acquisition for attack copters, and all-weather scouting. Equip it with the latest avionics and electronic equipment, and the Kasaka can handle communication and electronic jamming as well as other special operations. The copter's designed for survival in combat, and the main systems are expandable. The rotors are capable of functioning if they've been punctured. In addition, the Kasaka features a polyurethane-filled fuel tank to minimize the danger of explosion. However, the Kasaka cannot hold its own against the Harrier. It's only suitable for providing you with air support. What I'm trying to say is that it's up to you to take out the Harrier. Cluster bombs cover an extensive range. If you see one being launched, head for the floor beneath the connecting bridge. You should be able to sufficiently throw...
There's something coming up!
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
They got my eye! Fab! Go! Ha!
What's that? It's running on water. Raiden, you all right?
Yeah. How about you guys?
Barely managed, but we're all right.
The chopper?
We need some time for repairs.
Oh.
The president's all yours.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
What?
Are you the Snake? They said you were dead.
No, not me. There are still too many things I need to do.
Snake, you're a legend, and that's why I need to ask you this.
Legend? A legend is nothing but fiction. Someone tells it, someone else remembers. Everybody passes it on.
I'm here because I was assigned to this mission, not because I want to. If I could, I'd be out of here in a second. How could you come back to all this? Why keep fighting?
There's something my best friend said to me once.
What?
We're not tools of the government or anyone else. Fighting was the only thing I was good at, but at least I always fought for what I believed in.
What about the DNA results from that body?
That was Liquid's body. He and Snake are identical on the genetic level.
Liquid?
A deception, for our own protection. We stole his frozen body from some organization. Kind of a hassle, though.
That's all there is to it.
Are you two really an NGO?
Insofar as we're a non-profit organization of civilians advocating a cause, yes. The cause happens to be the eradication of Metal Gear.
We work on our own, but it's a cause worth fighting for.
Why would you stick your neck out for something this risky?
That's the way I used to look at it 4 years ago. I was holed up in the middle of nowhere in Alaska, drinking too much.
We have a responsibility to the coming generations, to the world.
What responsibility?
To keep track of the mistakes we've made as a species.
We need to remember, to spread the word, to fight for change. And that's what keeps me alive.
You think you can change the future?
Nah, I'm not as arrogant as that.
What you do isn't grassroots activism. It's more like terrorism.
I admit that.
But our group, Philanthropy, received some information. A new Metal Gear prototype was being developed here, and terrorists were planning to raid the facility. The information came from a very reliable source.
So you're here to...
We're here to stop all that. But I also have a personal motive.
Looks like the terrorists have his sister in the big shell. We're here on our own, not under anyone's orders. We have our own battles. Otacon's here for someone. I'm not.
This is a military mission.
Jack, are you all right?
Just barely.
You almost gave me a heart attack.
Sorry, it wasn't intentional.
I know that, and I know I need to stay stronger.
Say a prayer for me, Rose, so I can come back.
You will make it back. I'm with you all the way, remember?
That means a lot to me, you know.
I'm going to save the data, okay, Jack?
Colonel, Metal Gear's already gone active.
It's not too late. You can still prevent a nuclear strike by securing the president and preventing password confirmation from taking place. Get to the president. He's in the core section of
The real Snake all along.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Don't let your guard down with him.
Why do you say that?
Because they were never a part of the simulation. They're an unknown factor.
You can take your simulation and... We're out here, we bleed, we die.
Calm down.
I suggest that you do, Raiden. Even if that is Snake. That has no bearing on your mission.
Colonel, you and Snake used to be on the same side. I don't understand. I read about you and Snake in the Darkness of Shadow Moses.
I don't give a damn what that piece of trash said. Do you get me? The enemy has already entered the nuclear launch code. Secure the president before they can confirm and finalize the code input. The president is on the first floor of Shell 2's core. This is the way to Shell 2's core section, where the president is. First, cross the connecting bridge between the two shells. You'll arrive on Strut G. Proceed along the catwalk, circling the outside of Strut G until you get to the LG connecting bridge. Cross the LG connecting bridge to Strut L. Then take the exterior catwalk to the KL connecting bridge. You can enter the core of Shell 2 midway from the KL connecting bridge. The president is being held on the first floor. Go. Raiden, you're...
Colonel, Pliskin was Snake after all.
According to him.
What?
Listen, Raiden, I'll say it again. He is not in the simulation.
There you go about the simulation again.
Don't put your faith in him. Don't trust him. Do you understand? Raiden, if you walk a...
Raiden, you cover the president. Make contact with him before the confirmation of the nuclear launch code. We're going to start repairs on the Kamov. That should keep our hands full for a while. I did a round of Shell 2 during bomb disposal. Let me know if you have any questions.
Have you ever heard of Outer Heaven?
Outer Heaven?
Yeah. Know anything?
No. What about it?
The terrorist leader mentioned it. Something about being close to reviving Outer Heaven.
Is that right?
Well, do you know anything?
No. But whatever their goal is, they're probably up to no good. We've got to stop them.
Yeah. Right.
You know, I thought I heard of AIM somewhere before. DIA would mean we're talking about Nastasha's ex-husband.
Nastasha? Nastasha Romanenko? Isn't she the one who wrote In the Darkness of Shadow Moses?
Yeah, she helped me out during the Shadow Moses incident. She was also actively involved in the philanthropy organization following the incident.
Where is she now?
Your guess is as good as mine, but she's probably still a heavy smoker.
So Iroquois Pliskin was an alias.
Of course.
And the rank of Lieutenant Junior grade?
Made it up.
That's just great. Anyway, I get the Pliskin part, but what about Iroquois?
Iroquois is a Frankified version of the Algonquin word for rattlesnakes. It's what they called their enemies.
Algonquin?
The Algonquin Nation, one of the many groups of Native Americans who used to call Manhattan Island their home. The majority of tribes in what's now the state of New York were a part of the Algonquin Nation.
So this was a stronghold of snakes.
By the way, Manhattan means Island of Hills in Algonquin. You've got rations. Rations are military food provisions capable of life recovery. Select a ration in the menu display and press the confirmation button for life recovery. If you equip yourself with rations, you can automatically recover life the moment it hits 0. Field rations are not just emergency food. For a soldier, it's a vital factor in maintaining combat efficiency. Rations are the result of concentrated research and development efforts on the part of the U.S. military's cooking laboratory. Together with calories, meticulous attention is focused on balanced nutrition. Freeze-dried, the rations are easy to carry and keep well. It ain't home cooking, but it'll satisfy your nutritional needs. What's on your mind?
Well, just between you and me?
Sure. What is it?
I prefer rations over Rose's home cooking.
That bad, huh?